Carol over in Red Rose in Levittown, new customer. Scope of work's going to be trimming, pruning, cutbacks, cleanups, things of that sort. No mulch or anything. I guess no real material of any sort, just like a trimming, like yard cleanup. So starting in the front yard. Overall, she just kind of wants things to look better. She, for my own sake, she wants a price on mowing too, probably for next year. But she had shoulder surgery or hurt her shoulder, so she's unable to do a lot of this stuff. So she just wants help getting things cleaned up. So starting up front, she didn't even talk about this, but what we can do is take string trimmer, edge this out, and then that's about it for this area. I wouldn't worry about too much other. There's some weeds in this ivy, and there's like 2 different types of ivy, but she didn't say anything about it, so I wouldn't worry about it. But I would just hook her up with a clean edge right here. Could even do a little edge right here. This guy, just prune and shape it down, clean that up. All here, I would just like give her a string trim edge. These grassies in here, I would just string trim that down. All these like boxwoods, azaleas, just prune and shape them up a little bit. This crepe myrtle here, chainsaw that down all the way. I said I'll give her a price for stump grinding that's separate, but she didn't seem too concerned about it. So more probably just chainsaw it down as low as you can. If you can, like sawzall to get it real low, even better, but get it as low as you can. And any weeds and stuff down there, just clean them up. This whole area, basically you're gonna gut all this out. You're not gonna keep anything except there's an azalea here you can keep, this you can keep, but this can come out and all this can just come out. If you happen to be back there and you notice there's like a plant, maybe you can leave it if it looks like good, but other than that, she pretty much should just gut it all out. And then in here, I would just like string trim any weeds. Careful, this is like a little prickler type of weed there, FYI. This, just cut all this out. There's a lily here, try to dig that out a little bit, but get rid of that completely. That weed thing, yank out, prune and shape this guy up. There is these like grassies growing through it. If you can try to pull them out first and then prune and shape. The holly here, prune and shape it. All these hollies, give them a light prune and shape. Yank that weed out of that thing. This whole thing, cut it down, get it out of here. Just completely remove it. That weed, yank it. Over here, you're going to keep the hostas, get rid of the rest. So all this stuff, yank out. These weeds, yank out. Leave the hostas. Leave that lilies of the valley, I think it is. Rip all these weeds out. All this goes. And then all this goes, keeping the hostas. These hostas, you could probably trim them up. They look kind of rough. And then like gut all this out. FYI, there is a gate here. Probably going to need that for this one portion down the line. Probably cut through there, cut through the yard to get to that neighbor, or we just drive around the street down Rain Lily is the other option potentially, but I'll put it in the notes and we'll talk about it in a second. Over here, all this stuff, you can leave that, but all this, just bust it all out, string trim it, cut it all out, string trim it, bust it all clear. This guy that's growing over, just take a chainsaw and just chainsaw right here. You're still gonna have it like attached to the fence, I told her that, but at least this chunk and all this stuff overcoming will be gone. So bust all that out. Any stuff coming over the fence, cut out. In here, cut out, clear out all that, clear out all that. All this area wants a clean slate, so just cut, brush cut, string trim, bust it all out, remove it all. Same thing here, chainsaw that guy all the way down. This crepe myrtle is gonna come out. I'll give her a separate price for stump grinding if she wants it. This one's a little funky, so got this plant that's like growing over the fence, and it's hard to see, but it goes a good bit down the fence, like maybe a foot or so. I don't think you'll be able to, but if somehow you can like pull it all over here and then cut it. I mean, she basically wants this thing just like cut and trimmed and like shaped up a lot. Like cut all this. You can keep it essentially, but just looking to get a lot of that growth like back over here. But the problem is if you cut it, it's probably gonna like fall in this guy's yard. So I told her maybe she knows this neighbor, she doesn't know him. Maybe she can talk to him, let him know when we come in, and we can go into the backyard and have somebody like catch all the clippings and throw it over. Maybe you can go through that fence and loop around, or maybe you drive around, hit Lily, knock on the door, let him know what's going on. But I'll try to have the customer we're selling to somehow communicate to them in advance. And then the last thing, all this over here, just want to prune and shape it up. Nothing super dramatic. I would bring it like close to the fence line here. Just kind of trim it all back, shape it up. And then this big guy over here, shape it up, trim it back. I would cut it back like as much as you can without it looking browned out and rough. And that's it.